All right. I think I'm live. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show today. Last minute Valentine's Day ideas. I know that it can be super stressful trying to plan, a thing for a loved one and trying to figure out what it is. We have Valentine's Day tomorrow. So, what I want to say is it can be a bit overwhelming, but don't panic. I have some really great last minute Valentine's Day ideas that won't break the bank. So, let's dive in. The first idea, let's pull it up, is yes. Okay. Let me get this going. All right. First idea is cinnamon night. Yes, I love this idea. Basically, the idea is to pick a movie that you really love. Go ahead and beat those crowds. Don't have to struggle with all that, but snuggle up with some nice blankets and pop some popcorn. Do like a fun mix of candy and salty and maybe some ice cream and just enjoy feeling like teenagers again. If you're teenagers, then enjoy spending that time with your loved one. And you can even take that laptop or the tablet or something out into the yard and enjoy it in the yard with and watch if it's nice weather, watch the movie Under the Stars, which is my next one. But one more tip before I move to the next one is if you do want to be kind of anti-Valentine's Day, then always a horror flick does work for that too. And I'm sure there's plenty of Valentine's Day horror flicks out there as well. So the next one is spend the evening under the stars. And that's really just trying to get more romantic with your loved one and just doing something that is fun. You can go stargazing. If you live in the city, drive out to the countryside and you'll be able to kind of just enjoy that timeless looking at the stars and enjoying that romance that you can have. And if you want to talk with your loved one, talk about stuff that's not to do with work. Talk about stuff that happened before the kids or what you plan to do in your future, and don't always just focus on work and kids all the time, because that can sometimes take away some of the romance. So definitely when you're out there talking, discuss about your plans of your past and your future that don't necessarily include the kids. So keep it romantic, guys. Now the next one is room service menu. So this is a fun idea that I had that basically is, do some favorites, do a fun snack menu, do a fun breakfast menu, or maybe an indulgence food menu, and then bring the menu to your loved one in bed and have them decide what they want. And then you go and make it, you bring it to them in bed if it's breakfast, or maybe you do a fun like indulgence dinner with chocolate covered strawberries and a lot of maybe a fondue type thing. That would all be really fun. And then that whole room service idea, it doesn't have to be super over the top if you don't want it to. It could be toast with several different kinds of spread. So it doesn't have to be some crazy amount of fondue if you don't want to. And it can stay really inexpensive if that is the goal as well. And you can serve it on a tray, make them feel special. Y'all could alternate. One does breakfast, one does the evening shift of what the room service is provided. So it could be really fun. So I love this idea as just being kind of more of a catering to that loved one and showing them that they're special. The next one is just a fun name. It's called Duvet Day, but it's a fun name for just staying the day in bed and enjoying each other's company and just lazing around, if you want to call it that. If it's just cooking some breakfast, watching TV, snuggling up, just saying I love you to them, talking to them. These are great times to just spend that time with that special someone. So if it's a budgetary thing, then this is just the whole idea of Valentine's Day is to show the person you love them and to spend the day with them, even if it's lounging around. That's one of those amazing times to just really get to know that person and to really connect with them on a deeper level. Now, the next one I really like because it's a unique way of planning out a Valentine's Day date, or date night. And it's basically doing a full experience of the Valentine's Day dinner. And sometimes it's easier if you've waited, it's going to be easier to be able to break up your dinner into stages. So maybe go somewhere for drinks first. The next thing you go to another place for appetizers, or maybe do drinks and appetizers in a bar area. And then you go have your main dish at maybe a little hole in the wall that might be not as crowded as some of the very fancy restaurants here in Houston. I love Italian Cafe in Spring. So that might be a place to go and have dinner, and then go to another place for dessert. Like I love Luliette. I love the chocolate bar. There's a lot of places that are open late, and especially on Valentine's Day. So make that whole dinner more of an experience and go to different places, or maybe go to some of your favorite places so you can have drinks and appetizers at your first one of your favorite bars. I love Perry's for drinks and appetizers. I'll be honest, Perry's Steakhouse is awesome, but I may not be able to get a reservation for their actual dinner. So we have drinks and appetizers there. We move to another place for the dinner. So it just kind of helps break that up and helps make it kind of fun and just adventurous. So plan that out for your loved one and surprise them for the next stop. Then the last one is the blanket fort. So this is kind of the idea of glamping. So I am not a big camper, but it can be very romantic to camp out under the stars. I know I mentioned under the stars as well, but I did put, because anytime I think of blanket fort, I always think of Big Bang Theory when they have their fort. So it's more of a budget friendly idea that to build a blanket fort for adults, and gather all your sheets and get creative, get some lights, and just enjoy the romantic gesture of glamping underneath some sheets. And you could do it in your bedroom, so that hang it from the hang it from the fan, and have some chairs off to the side, so then you have kind of the bed in the middle. So it just be fun experience, and it's brings you back a little bit to your childlike and teenager years, I guess, probably child years more than teenager years, but it's fun to act like a kid a little bit with your loved ones and stuff. So maybe enjoy that and build a blanket fort, or go glamping. If you have the money to go glamping, then maybe do that. But none of these ideas, if none of them work, none of those are very expensive, but if none of those work, another idea is to go to Discovery Green. I mentioned this in my last video. Go to Discovery Green, watch the fire show that Will Brandon's putting on, go to Solstice, take some amazing photo opportunity pictures, and enjoy some Valentine's Day themed music. If that doesn't work, then I really like the idea of just going another day. I know that that's not as romantic, but sometimes it doesn't hurt the bank so much. So maybe you and your loved one could actually plan a day of trying to find the best discounts, and filling up that day full of discounted chocolate and discounted food and discounted flowers, and just going with and trying to find the best discounts for the day. So those are all some great ideas. But if anything, the main thing that matters is to spend time with your loved one, make memories of a lifetime. And if you are thinking of buying, selling, or investing this year in Texas, my team partners and I would love to help you out and be your real estate resource of choice. So go ahead and email us at info@bestlifetexas.com. And until next time, bye for now.